Hi guys, good evening and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video, I'm very excited to bring you my spoiler-filled review for the first half. That's the first 5 episodes of the new and 4th season of our favorite thriller series, You. No, not you. You. No, not you. You. Okay, I did that joke the last time. I don't think it really struck with anybody. Sorry. But that's right. The first half of season 4 of You dropped yesterday on Netflix. I finally had a chance to watch it earlier tonight. Really enjoyed it. Before I get into all of that, I must warn you one more time, as I will be discussing big spoilers all throughout the first half of season 4, not just the mid-season finale, which is the 5th episode, but we're going to be talking spoilers throughout the first 5 episodes. So if you're currently watching You season 4 and you're not finished with the first half yet, or you haven't started at all, do not keep watching or listening to this video, as I will be discussing spoilers. You have been warned. That being said, let's get right back into it. First and foremost, it is so much better than season 3. In fact, this season so far is proving to be quite more captivating than seasons 2 and 3 combined. Granted, I liked both season 2 and 3 just fine, but I really loved season 1. Season 1 was just so damn good and so well done on so many levels. I wish they would repeat the season 1 formula again. But I guess, in danger of trying to not repeat themselves, they're going with a slightly different narrative with each season, which I understand and respect. I may not be the biggest fan of it, but I still like the show overall. But boy, season 4 here is a refreshing change of pace. The thing that I like most about it is that, yes, there was still the presence of a lady in his life, but he wasn't fixating and obsessing and stalking her. He was a bit stalkerish in the first few episodes there, but then he also started following her for her own safety as another killer was threatening to off her, and Joe, of course, was looking out for her. And the killer turned out to be the fixation, or became the fixation, or Joe's obsession, trying to figure out who this person was that was sending him text messages that would instantly erase upon reading or receiving them. I don't think such an app even exists, and if it does, it'd probably be illegal. I don't know. But in this show, I guess there's an app on your phone where if you send someone a message through this app, it automatically deletes it as soon as it's read. I guess. I don't know. Anyway, but that becomes Joe's new fixation or obsession. It's not one out of romantic desires. It's one out of survival and necessity, because this person is threatening to expose him. They know his real name. They know his history, his past, the people he's killed. And so the first chunk of this season, Joe finds himself, unfortunately for him and unfortunately for the poor audience who have to sit through it, finds himself integrated amongst this group of elitist, despicable, toxic, rich, awful people. Just awful people. Granted, they're awful, but none of them deserve to die a violent death, although I really did hate Gemma, so I wasn't too heartbroken to see her dead. I didn't really care who killed her, if it was Kate or the other killer, whatever. I'm just glad Gemma was dead, because she was absolutely vile, just like how Kate described her. She was vile, and Malcolm didn't seem too bad, although everyone seemed to really dislike him after he had died. That was the first guy that Joe found in his apartment. And then Simon seemed equally douchey, but again, didn't really seem to deserve to die. I personally didn't have a whole lot of suspects. I was kind of thinking it would be a brand new character who would turn out to be the killer rather than one of the newer ones that we met earlier this season. I thought it would be the friend or a family member of one of Joe's previous victims from one of the previous seasons, but no, it turned out to be the one rich person whom seemed like a fairly decent human being and actually acknowledged the toxicity of his so-called friend group and seemed to bond with Joe on a personal level. But of course, he turned out to be the eat the rich killer, as the media quickly dubbed him. And it seems like his reasoning was he was so sickened by his friends, or these people he once considered friends, that he started offing them one by one. Well, really just 3 so far. And Joe's only killed one person this season. Yeah, you could kind of argue as self-defense, but the way he disposed of the body was not in a very self-defense way. Plus, that guy totally mistrusted him, too. What I did like about that guy, Vic, the older man that Joe killed, is that he was in he was in this wonderful horror action movie called Dog Soldiers from about 20 years ago, and he was awesome in it. And more recently, I believe he was Alfred in Fox and Warner Brothers TV show Gotham. I believe he was the Alfred to the young Bruce Wayne in that show. I think so. I never kept up with it, but in the first couple episodes, I'm pretty sure he was Alfred. Anyway, he's the only one that Joe's actually killed so far, as Joe has really trying to turn a whole new leaf here. No more romantic stalking or obsessions or fixating on women. No more killing people. And to his credit, he seems to be really trying this season so far. I mean, yeah, he killed the older guy, Vic, and disposed of him in not such a great way. And he did clean up after Malcolm's death, but did not kill Malcolm. I gotta say, I loved that body disposal scene. It reminded me of my favorite scene from season 2, the scene that was intercut with Joe dismembering the finger cutter guy while Love is cooking her dinner in her home. And it's intercut with Joe carving that guy up and Love slicing up her own meat and food. So that's what that scene reminded me of in the first episode of season 4 here, when he was disposing of Malcolm's body, which was nasty, but so very cool and memorable. So yeah, I gotta give Joe credit here. Feels like he really is trying to make a difference in terms of really trying to break old habits and patterns. But of course, he's inevitably drawn into these terrible, dark situations with dark and damaged, broken people with their own emotional baggage and whatnot. Granted, by the 5th episode, some of the characters were not as despicable as they were in the first few episodes. Like, I like Phoebe and her golden shower loving boyfriend. I mean, hey, no judgment. Everybody's got their thing and whatever. But I never pegged one of them for being the killer. That rolled guy, he was at the top of my suspect list. And as for the actual killer, I sincerely thought it'd be somebody not in the inner group of rich pricks, but a brand new character who was a family member or a friend of one of the victims of Joe's previous victims from the previous seasons. But I guess not. I guess it's Reese, the author turned mayoral candidate. So now, based on the way the 5th episode ended, I guess, Joe escaped from the mansion fire along with everybody else and got his name relatively cleared. And I guess now Reese hasn't been exposed as being the Eat the Rich killer yet. And he's made a public announcement about running for the mayor of London, I assume. And now Joe feels it's his mission to stop him while keeping Kate at arm's length, simply because he does not want her to get too close to him, because people who get too close to him usually end up dead, either by his own hand or somebody else's. So great first half of a refreshing, excellent change of pace season. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed seasons 2 and 3 just fine. I absolutely loved season 1, but I really am enjoying season 4 so far, and I hope it keeps this train keeps going. And as weird as this sounds, I hope we get to see Joe kill more people. Maybe not necessarily the people in the rich prick friend group, but people who may or may not necessarily have it coming. So we'll see what happens. But so far, I am really enjoying it, as I hope you guys are too. So what did you think of the first half of season 4 of You? No, not you. Sorry. Let me know what you think down below in the comments section. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Thanks again for watching. The second half of season 4 of You drops in about a month, March 9th, only on Netflix. Have a great rest of your night, everyone. Thanks for watching. And of course, until next time, may the force be with you.